Greetings everyone, I'm Delix. So, Spider-Man 2002 hit its 20th anniversary, and just want to say, I did not specifically grow up with these movies from my childhood like everyone else. I watched them in theaters, but I didn't collect any merchandise, posters, toys, or anything. I watched them here and there when they came on Cartoon Network, but still, I just was never obsessed with this universe like everyone else was. Tobey Maguire is still my Spider-Man from my generation, but I just never really were attached to the films. But it wasn't until 2019 is when I really started to rewatch them, mostly because I'm an adult and I understand the struggle of trying to survive in the real world, trying to do the right thing, and just trying to figure out life. And when you're a kid watching these movies, you were probably just excited for the action, but as an adult, now it's more relatable, and you get the story, and you get the motivation of trying to do what is right in this world. And to be thankful for people who are trying to be kind to you. At the same time, you may mess up and disrespect them with some rude dialogue, only to really end up knowing you messed up. But it's never too late to change what you've done and do the right thing. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man ended up using the most beloved line from Uncle Ben: "With great power comes great responsibility." He messed up, but there's always a second chance to do right. And he took that motivation, that dialogue, and used his new powers from being bitten by that spider to do the right thing, saving lives to prevent anyone to go through what he went through, or just help people in general. And I have to say, I really appreciate these movies a lot now more as an adult. And for the 20th anniversary, I think people love these movies more than me because these were part of their childhood. I was someone who grew up with them here and there on television, but I didn't own the Blu-rays or DVDs or any toys or anything. I just was not attached to these movies. But even so, I do have to say, just watching them as an adult, it's just a much better experience. As a child, you just love everything that's going on. But as an adult, you can really feel the motivation and the emotional scenes when it really means to finding your way to do the right thing and just trying to live for the next tomorrow, of what to come next and how to help other lives, how to be there for someone, how to just try to tell someone how much you care or love them since you've known the person, Mary Jane, from childhood. Stuff like that is relatable and very wholesome, and things to just really get behind with. Not everything about Peter Parker I can relate to, but there are a lot of elements to the storytelling where I feel like, yes, that was me. That is something I can get behind. I do photography, so Peter Parker doing photography and wanting to be a photographer, I can relate and understand that. That's something that I've been doing for 8 years, so I can really get behind that kind of storytelling when it comes to Peter Parker, trying to survive by milking himself with his own pictures of taking pictures of himself as Spider-Man. It's the only thing he can do, and it's so fucking clever. It's so clever when he does that. I can't relate to that because I'm not a superhero, but when it comes to just photography in general, I can get behind that. Now then, I have to say, yeah, some effects in the movie may have not aged well, but who the hell cares about effects? It's the story and character writing that we really care about. And I still believe Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 are probably the best storytelling when it comes to Peter Parker and capturing that relatable aspect of the character and really getting behind the mind of the character. Stan Lee created someone that wanted to be relatable and heroic, and back then it wasn't acceptable, but he fought for it, and now Spider-Man is the #1 icon Marvel character because he's so different and so relatable. And I really appreciate that and respect that. So thank you, Stan Lee, for creating Spider-Man, and Sam Raimi for creating the Spider-Man movies. Right now, we are in the 20th anniversary of the original Spider-Man, 2 more years until Spider-Man 2 becomes 20 years old. Now, finally, Sam Raimi's camera work of Spider-Man Swinging. Sam Raimi is godly amazing at camera work. Thank you, Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, James Franco, Kirsten Dunst, everyone who worked on this movie, the producers, the writers, the editors, everyone 20 years ago. Thank you for your hard work, and thank you for our childhoods. Entertainment is a big part of our childhood. Sometimes entertainment helps us to become the people we are today. So thank you so much for 20 years of Spider-Man the original. I am Delix. Subscribe if you want, and stay Spider-Man weird. Bye.